Michael Jackson definitely had a unique and bold sense of style. His fashion was a huge part of his iconic persona. He blended a mix of extravagant, theatrical elements with streetwear, creating unforgettable looks. From sequined gloves and military jackets to his black leather and rhinestone-adorned outfits, his style was groundbreaking. Michael Jackson was very particular about what he wore and wanted to be unique. His outfits were full of details that made people curious about their meaning. For example, most of his jackets had an armband on the right sleeve, and some had the number 777 sewn on them. We are excited about Michael Jackson's clothing and are ready to share some of the secrets behind his famous outfits. Why he wore smaller costumes at the end of his shows. Michael Jackson's dance routines were very intense, and he put all his energy into performing. By the end of his shows, he often lost up to 5 pounds, making his waist an inch smaller. To make sure his clothes still fit well and showed his dance moves, each costume he wore was a bit smaller than the last one. How his lean shoes worked. Michael Jackson's special shoes had a V-shaped clip at the bottom of the heels. This clip allowed him to hook onto a nail in the floor, which let him do his famous 45-degree forward lean. But to stay straight and balanced while doing this move, he also needed a lot of core and leg strength. Why he only wore one glove. Michael had vitiligo, a skin condition that causes some areas of skin to lose color. It first appeared on his hand, so he wanted to cover it. He felt that wearing 2 gloves would look too plain, so he decided to wear just one. Why almost every jacket had an armband on the right sleeve. Michael Jackson wanted his clothes to look different from everyone else's. He wore an armband on his sleeve to stand out. He also liked making his fans curious about why he wore it. Why there are 3 sevens sewn onto his jackets. Michael was the 7th child in his family. He was born in 1958, and when you add 19 and 58 together, the result is 77. Why he never polished his shoes. The singer's managers were once worried about the condition of his shoes and told his costume designer to polish them. The designer did as asked, but this made Michael very upset. He explained that the worn leather was just right for his dance moves, and polishing would make the shoes too slippery for him to perform. Why he wore white socks. Michael liked wearing white socks for a few reasons. No one else wore white socks with black shoes. Plus, the socks would reflect light and draw attention to his foot movements when he danced. Why he taped his fingers. Michael Jackson used hand movements a lot in his dance routines. To make them stand out, he and his costume designers wrapped white tape around his fingers so they would catch more light. Michael chose to only tape his index, ring, and pinky fingers to make it look unique. He liked that fans were curious and often asked why he only taped 3 fingers. When he danced, Michael would sometimes put the 2 untaped fingers together without thinking about it. This made his performances seem mysterious, and fans would wonder if it had a hidden meaning. What the letters CTE on his jacket stand for. These letters don't mean anything. In the 90s, Michael's costume designers made some new shirts for him. He liked the shirts, but wanted letters added to the shoulder decorations. He said it didn't matter what letters they were, so the designers put all the alphabet letters in a hat and randomly picked 3. That's how the letters CTE were chosen. Overall, his style wasn't just about the clothes themselves, but how he owned them with incredible charisma and dance moves. What are your favorite Michael Jackson looks?